I have one thing to say to all the filmmakers out there, and I want you to hear me. Like, this is from the bottom of my soul. I need you to understand. And this should technically be on my production company page, Spade Inc. Media, but I have like more followers on here, and I need you to hear what I am saying. You need to get busy about the business of telling stories. Like, you need to get busy about the business of making films in whatever capacity you can. I'm going to tell you a story. I promise it's related, even though it may seem unrelated. So I don't know if you had a dad like I have a dad. My dad is the kind of dad who tells the same stories over and over and over and over again. So I've heard them over and over and over and over again. So I'm still home in Atlanta, and I've been hanging out with my parents, and me and my dad were talking about something, and he told me the story again about the day he went to church, the day he got saved. He went to church. He was not a churchgoer. He went to church because he was depressed. He had all the money he could do whatever he wanted. And then he went on this trip to Miami because he wanted to go to a football game. He just went down there to go to the football game, and he could just go through stores and buy a suit and get a tailor. And he was like, is this it? Like, I could do whatever I want. Is this it? So anyway, he was kind of depressed because he realized that literally I just woke up, stuffed my eye. He realized he could do whatever he wanted, and it was unsatisfying. So he called his uncle. My father didn't have a father or a mother. His mother died when he was 13. He called his uncle and was like, I don't know what to do. I can do whatever I want. I can buy whatever I want, and I am not happy. Like, this can't be all there is. So his uncle was like, I don't know what to tell you. The best thing I can tell you is maybe go back to church. So he went back to church. And he was sitting there in the church that ended up becoming the church that I grew up in. And it was in the invitation. You know how that goes. Come down to the altar if you want to accept Jesus Christ in your life or whatever. So my dad was sitting there, and he was having this battle in his head. Should I go down? Should I not go down? And he heard this voice, a loud voice. You know, God speaks in a still, small voice for those who believe. But he had this very loud voice. Don't go down there. You don't know these people. Why would you embarrass yourself? So the pastor says, I promise I'm getting to a point. So the pastor says, I know that, there's a voice in your head saying, don't come down here. It'll be embarrassing. Just wait till next week. Because that's what the voice had been telling him. Just wait till next week, man. You don't know them. Just wait till next week. And then he says, but God didn't promise you next week. So I guess my dad went down and did the thing. I want to accept Jesus Christ in my life, whatever. So anyway, he's still living his life, partying, and he's out with his friends, drinking, driving, and he gets, and he narrowly gets into this car accident or whatever. Anyway, if things, because basically the people in the back car was like screaming, like whatever. Anyway, he didn't really see what was happening. He was the driver. And he narrowly missed this big head-on collision. And that's when he was just like, oh, right, God did not promise me next week. Because you get a feeling of like, oh, this really could be over very quickly, very easily. Okay, what's the point? Whether you believe in God or not, or accident or death or afterlife, or you believe you'll live forever, you've been eating them NADs that you get on TikTok. Nothing is promised to you. And it just hit me this morning. I'm preparing for my Saturday screenwriter group where I work with screenwriters. I mean, it's like $7. It's virtual. You come, we write together. I answer questions. We write together again. Anyway, it's 2 hours. So I'm preparing for that just so I have a documentary filmmaker coming this week, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared to answer any documentary questions. So I'm sitting here preparing for that. And it hits me. Yeah. Nothing is promised. Tomorrow's not promised. Nothing is promised. And if you are here to make movies, I'm going to need you to let go or tell stories. Forget the movies. If you're here to tell stories, I'm going to need you. I'm going to need us. Me. I'm always talking about me. When I'm talking to you, I'm talking about me. I'm going to need for us to let go of the need for validation and perfection and doing it a certain way for like an audience to be like, no, this is the real thing. And you don't want to do this other thing because it's not the real thing. Whatever story you have to tell that's in you, like the world needs to hear it. You have to say it for your own sake, your own sanity. Trust me, I know how artists works. Like I'm an artist. If you don't get it out, it starts to corrode you. Tomorrow's not promised. The format of a feature is not promised. The execution of a television show is not promised. Whatever's on the inside of you, the story, the storytelling, the artistry, it is not promised that it will be received in a certain way or come out and be funneled in a certain way or financed in a certain way. And even if you do have access to that and you're dragging your feet, the time, the access, the finance, none of that is promised. My feature, Late Bloomers, has been fully financed 3 times. The whole budget financed 3 times, 3 different individuals. Did I make a movie? No. For different reasons, this financing got pulled. Nothing is promised. I hope you hear me. Like, I'm rambling now. Do it now. I hope this helps. Happy writing.